I'm adding a new decision marker into my author life to help me make choices on what I will and will not do to try to make more money as an author, because I have been in this industry as a multi-time best-selling author for many, many years, and I've been a business person way longer than that, and I'm known for taking risks. I will walk down the path that nobody else has tried yet. I will put my time, my effort, even some of my money into trying these different avenues if there is potential for yielding a career advance or a monetary advance to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and growing my brand. So I'm always down for trying new things, but I'm now adding in a new marker to help me make decisions a little more clearly, a little bit differently than I have in the past. And this is not necessarily something I recommend to the new people. If you're new, I highly recommend throwing your time and your efforts into trying new things. And if it fails, fine. But if it doesn't, you've just done really well for yourself. For many years of my business, I have done this. I have tried those weird, wild things. I've come up with new ideas, and a lot of them work for me and some of them have not. But now I'm at the point where in the last 2 months, I have tried several very big things that have taken extreme amounts of time and a lot of stress on me. And I think that really is where this is coming from. It has added so much stress to me because the things that I've been trying are reliant on other people. I have had other people slowing me down, holding me back, and not doing what they were supposed to do so that I could do what I did. And then those things failed because of it. So now I am making more informed decisions. I always take everything into account. How profitable could this be? What could this do to advance my career? How will this impact the community and the industry that I'm in? I take a lot of factors into consideration before I try things, and then I'm always willing to try those things. But now that I'm at a point where I'm bringing other people into this, and I have to rely on them, now I have to ask myself an additional question. So if it is something that I can try on my own and I don't have to wait for other people or have them do any of the work or they have some kind of impact on it, as long as I am not dealing with anybody else, I'm 100% down for trying these things. You will see me continue to try these things, but when it comes to other people being involved, companies, other businesses, other authors, other creators, if they are involved and take agency in this in any way, I will ask this next question. Do I feel comfortable doing this even if I'm not going to make money from it? And that's something I'm going to continue to ask myself moving forward with these different projects. Do I want to do this even if it doesn't bring in the money that I think it's going to bring in? And if the answer is no, it feels like work, it feels like a slog, it feels like something I don't want associated with my brand, but I know it can make a lot of money. If it's something that is not a yes, I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to try this. I think this is going to be potentially really good for me. It's going to be good for my mental health and my emotional well-being. If I don't feel happy about it, if I feel like it's work, then the answer is going to be no. I will no longer work with those companies. I will no longer take those opportunities. I recently had a company come to me and they said, we want to partner with you. They actually hit me up a few years ago and I started to work with them and then I turned them down because they were not where they needed to be with that. And so I thought perhaps they had grown over the last couple of years, and it turns out they did not. And I spent 40 hours of my life creating something for them that they did not hold up their end on. They promised really big money with it, and they failed on that. And so if it's not money up front, if it's not in the contract, ready to go, advanced, if it's not there, and if I'm not super excited to do it, I will not be doing it anymore. Because I've taken several opportunities recently that I've just wasted a ton of my time. And because I was so focused on doing this and the other people were involved and responsible for some of the things and all of those connections, I spent all of my time and effort on that and not on other things that could have been more profitable for me. So just because it was an opportunity for big money and exposure and career growth and something I could leverage for something else inside of my business, it was not worth it. And now I know, and I'm really happy that I tried it. Now I know it did not work. This thing did not work. And these opportunities are not good, healthy opportunities for me. And so now I will be asking the question, if this busts, am I still going to be okay doing this? If this completely fails, if this takes up my time, my effort, even some of my money, am I still going to want to do this? And if the answer is not a wild yes, then I'm not going to do it. I don't care if it does offer me the potential of having life-changing amounts of money. I will not be doing it. Because if the money is not in my pocket, it is not mine. And so if I'm spending a ton of time and effort in something that I'm not thrilled to be in, and may or may not give me money, then the answer is going to be no. I'm going to save my time. I'm going to protect it. I'm going to protect my mental well-being and my stress levels. I will be very careful about what I take on in the future. And you know, I love trying these things out, but if it's going to be heavily involved, many hours of work that prevent me from doing other things, and I'm not happy about it, it feels like work, and the potential for money is good, but it is not promised. Even if it's promised, if it's not in my bank account, it doesn't count. I will not be moving forward with those things. And that saves me time, it saves me effort, and it opens me up for better opportunities. So that's something you can consider. By all means, try things out, see if it works. If you have the ability to put the time and effort into it, do it. It's worth knowing whether or not it would pan out for you. But if it's going to be something that just gives you stress and takes away too much of your time, ask yourself questions before you get into it. So that is my new marker. I will be asking myself that before I jump into things. You're going to see a little bit of a shift in some of the things I'm willing to try, or maybe not, because I'm not going to tell you much about that. If you have questions on this, go ahead and drop it down below. If you've been paying attention, you know certain things are out now. You can go check on those things. You can see what's up. But you're going to see shift, some different changes in different directions. But now that I've been through those things and I can kind of wrap up the things that didn't work, I've got really big plans for something I'm doing for you here on the channel. So over the next month, keep an eye out, because you're going to see some big differences, some big changes. And this is one I'm excited about. And whether or not it fails or succeeds, this is one I want to do. So I'm moving forward with it. And you're going to come on the journey. All right, drop your questions. We'll see you in tomorrow's episode.